The fifth property of power spectral density function is given that if Sx of omega is power spectral density function of White's and stationary random process x of t, then what is it is given? It is 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity Sx of omega d omega is equal to time average of the mean square value, that is equal to Sx of 0, sorry, Rxx of 0, that is the time average of mean square value of White's in stationary random process equal to the area under the curve of PSD function. Okay, so it gives us the area under the curve of PSD function. Okay, so now we see the proof of fifth property. So it is given that what is that given here? It is given that x of t is White's and stationary random process. So if x of t is White's and stationary random process, then what is autocorrelation function? Rxx of tau is given as expected time average of expected value of x of t plus tau. This is the autocorrelation function. Okay. Now we know that the relation of autocorrelation and power spectral density function. What is autocorrelation function? Is inverse Fourier transform of power spectral density function. Autocorrelation is inverse Fourier transform of power spectral density function. So it is given as 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity Sxx of omega e power j omega tau d tau. Okay. Now substitute tau is equal to 0 in this equation. If you substitute tau is equal to 0 in this equation, what is Rxx of 0 is given as time average of the expected value of x square of t. So what is this? Expected value of x square of t is called mean square value. Expected value of x square of t is called mean square value. That is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity Sxx of omega d omega. Okay, so what is this? This gives us the area under power spectral density function. So, what is that? The time average of the mean square value gives us the area under power spectral density function. Okay, so this is our fifth property. Okay, now we discuss the sixth property. Sixth property. Sixth property is that if x of t is White's and stationary random process, if x of t is White's and stationary random process with power spectral density function Sxx of omega, okay, then PSD of derivative, we are finding derivative of x of t is equal to omega square times the PSD Sxx of omega. Okay. So if you are finding derivative of x of t, the PSD of derivative is equal to what? So it is omega square times of PSD Sxx of omega. So it is given that S here we are finding derivative. So how do we denote derivative here? By using dot. Okay, here we are finding derivative of x. So it is x x dot of omega is equal to what? It is omega square Sxx of omega. Okay. So PSD of derivative of x of t is equal to omega square times of PSD. Okay. So this is our sixth property. Now we see the proof of this. Proof of this is given like this. We know that what is Sxx of omega. So Sxx of omega is given as limit t tends to infinity, expected value of mod xt of omega square by 2t. Okay. Now what is xt of omega now? Xt of omega is the Fourier transform of x of t in the interval minus t to plus t. Xt of omega is Fourier transform of x of t in the interval minus t to plus t. So what is xt of omega is given as integral minus t to plus t x of t e power minus j omega t d. Okay. So now we are finding the derivative of x of t, that is xt of omega derivative. So what is that? It is d by d omega of xt of omega. So what is that we get here? It is nothing but integral minus infinity minus t to plus t. Okay. So we are deriving with respect to minus d omega. We are deriving with respect to omega. So what is that we get here? So it is integral minus t to plus t x of t. Sorry, we are differentiating with respect to omega. So this can be written as minus j omega e power minus j omega t. Okay. So what is that given? It is given that xt star of omega is equal to what? It is j omega xt of omega. Okay. J omega xt of omega. Now substitute that in sxx of omega. So if you substitute this, we get limit t tends to infinity expected value of mod minus j omega xt of omega square by 2t. So it is given as limit t tends to infinity. Okay. So you get omega square outside. So it is mod xt of omega square by. So what is this? It is omega square. Okay, it is derivative, no? S x star of x star. X dot of omega is what? It is omega square limit t tends to infinity. Okay. Expected value of mod xt of omega square by 2. So this is the formula of Sxx of omega. So from this we can write x dot of omega is equal to omega square Sxx of omega. This is our sixth property. Okay. Now let's see the seventh property. Seventh property is that this is very important. The power density spectrum or power spectral density and time average of autocorrelation function form Fourier transform pairs. This is very important. That is what Sxx of omega is equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity Rxx of tau e power minus j omega tau d tau, and what is Rxx of tau is 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity Sxx of omega e power j omega tau d omega. Okay, so this is very important. So this, what is that? Power spectral density and time average of autocorrelation form Fourier transform pair. So this relation is called Wiener-Khinchan relation. What is this relation called? It is called Wiener-Khinchan relation. It is called Wiener-Khinchan relation. So they will ask, what is the Wiener-Khinchin relation? Wiener-Khinchin relation is nothing but the power spectral density and time average form the Fourier transform pair. This relation is called Wiener-Khinchin relation. Okay. Now we'll see the proof of this. Okay. So what is that here? X of t is White's stationary random process. X of t is White's stationary random process. Okay. So since it is White's stationary random process, we know that time average of autocorrelation function. How do we write time average of autocorrelation function can be written like this? It is equal to, since it is what is that? It is equal to time average of expected value of what is autocorrelation function? R x of t comma t plus tau is expected value of x of t plus tau. Okay, what is R x of t comma t plus tau? It is expected value of x of t plus tau. Okay, so for White's stationary random process, we know that if a random process is White's stationary random process, the time average will be is equal to n-sample average and time autocorrelation function will be equal to n-sample autocorrelation function. Okay, so for White's stationary random process, what is time autocorrelation function? Rx of t comma t plus tau will be equal to n-sample autocorrelation function. That is Rx of tau. Okay. Now we know that what is power spectral density function is, it is given like this: Sxx of omega is equal to limit t tends to infinity expected value of xt of omega square by 2. So this is the formula to find out power spectral density function. Okay. So we know that what is mod xt of omega square can be written as xt of omega into xt star of omega. So like this we can write this alone. So now for example we take xt of omega is equal to, so it is integral minus t to plus t. Here we take variable t1. So to avoid the confusion, we are taking the variable t1 here. Okay. Similarly, xt star of omega is equal to integral minus t to plus t. Okay. X of t e power j x star. No? Since we are taking the conjugate, here minus will become plus omega t. Now we substitute these two in the relation here and in the relation here. Okay, what is that we have done? So we have done that x of t is White's stationary random process. Since x of t is White's stationary random process, the time average of autocorrelation function can be written as time average of autocorrelation function formula is what? Expected value of x of t plus tau. Okay. Since it is White's stationary random process, the time average will be equal to n-sample average and it is function of tau. Okay, it is not function of t. Now we know that what is power spectral density function? It is given by this formula. Here we have mod xt of omega square. No? So this can be written as mod xt of omega square can be written as xt of omega into x star of omega. Now xt of omega we will be writing like this here to have a difference between these two. Here we have taken t1, x of t1 e power minus j omega t1 dt1. Here we have taken t because here conjugate, no? So that is why here instead of minus sign we will be getting plus. Okay. So now we substitute these two in the equation of PSD. Substitute these two in the equation of PSD. So this can be written as Sxx of omega is equal to what? Limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t. Okay. Expected value of So 1 by 2t expected value of what is that we have? So substitute xt of omega into xt star of omega here. Okay, so it is limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t. What is xt of omega? Xt of omega is, it can be written as integral minus t2 plus t x of t1 e power minus j omega t1 dt1. Similarly, what is xt star of omega is minus t2 plus t x of t e power j omega t dt. Okay. Now, this can be written as limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t. Okay. So, integral minus t2 plus t, integral minus t2 plus t. Expected value we are applying to these two, x of t1, x of t, and combine these two exponentials. If you combine these two, we will be getting e power minus j omega t1 minus t dt dt1. Okay. So we know that what is expected value of x of t1 comma x of t. What is this? It is autocorrelation function. It is Rxx of t comma t1 or t1 comma t. You can write anything. So Rxx of t1 comma t. Okay. So now what is Sxx of omega? Right? What is Sxx of omega? Sxx of omega can be written as limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t integral minus t2 plus t integral minus t2 plus t. In the place of this, we substitute Rxx of t1 comma t. Okay. E power minus j omega t1 minus t dt dt. Okay, what is that we did? We substituted xt of omega, xt star of omega from these two equations. We substituted those two here. Okay, so now what is that we have done? We applied expected value to x of t1, x of t, and we have combined these two exponentials. So what is that we got? It is e power minus j omega t1 minus t we got. So we got expected value of x of t1, x of t. Okay. So what is expected value of x of t1 comma x of t is nothing but autocorrelation function. So it is Rxx of t1 comma t. Okay. So now we'll take inverse Fourier transform. Okay, apply inverse Fourier transform. So if you apply inverse Fourier transform, apply inverse Fourier transform. What is the formula? It is 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity Sxx of omega e power j omega tau d tau is the inverse Fourier transform. Sorry, d omega. Okay, d omega is equal to limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t integral minus t2 plus t integral minus t2 plus t Rxx of t1 comma t. Rxx of t1 comma t. Okay. So it is e power minus j omega t1 minus t dt1 dt. Okay, we are applying inverse Fourier transform now. So what is that we get here? We get this relation. It is 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power j omega tau e power minus j omega t1 minus t d omega dt minus dt d omega dt dt1. Okay. So now this can be written as limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t integral minus t2 plus t integral minus t2 plus t r xx of t1 comma t. Okay. Now what is this relation? See here students, combine all this. This can be written as 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power minus j omega t1 minus t minus tau d omega. So this is nothing but del of t1 minus t, okay, t1 minus t minus tau, okay, Fourier transform pair relation. Okay, so what is this? It is nothing but del of t1 minus t minus tau. Okay, so we replace this with del of t1 minus t minus tau dt dt1. Okay, so what is that we did? We applied inverse Fourier transform. So if you apply inverse Fourier transform, 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity s x x of omega e power j omega tau d omega. So both sides will be getting 1 by 2 pi this integral e power j omega tau d omega. So this term we have taken here 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity e power j omega tau d omega we have taken here. Now you combine all these terms. So we know that from the Fourier transform, this relation is nothing but del of t1 minus t minus tau. So this equation we replace with del of t1 minus t minus tau dt d t1. Okay. Now what is this relation is very important. Okay, so we know that integral t1 to t del of t1 minus t minus tau dt1 is having value 1 because we are doing integration with respect to t1. No? So it is having value 1 when t1 is equal to t plus tau. Okay, so substitute that so that we get 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity s x x of omega e power j omega tau d omega is equal to what? So limit t tends to infinity 1 by 2t. Okay. So integral minus t2 plus t. Okay. R x x of what is t1 here? See here. What is t1 is t plus tau. T1 is t plus tau. Okay. What is this equation? This equation is equal to 1. We have only dt here. Okay. So what is this equation? Observe this equation. This is the equation of time average of autocorrelation function. What is this equation? It is the equation of time average of autocorrelation function. So from this, what we can write? We can write that time average of autocorrelation function is equal to what? Is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity s x x of omega e power j omega tau beta. Okay. So taking Fourier transform, if you take Fourier transform, what is s x x of omega? S x x of omega is nothing but integral minus infinity to plus infinity time average of autocorrelation function now. Okay, e power minus j omega tau beta. Okay, so for White's and stationary random process, we know that the autocorrelation function will be function of tau. What is autocorrelation function? For White's and stationary random process, what is r x x of t comma t plus tau will be equal to r x x of. Okay, so from this we can say that therefore what is r x x of tau and s x x of omega, r x x of tau and s x of omega are Fourier transform pairs. Okay, so here we'll discuss the first note is that for white and stationary random process x of t, the Fourier transform fits, that is Rxx of tau is Fourier transform of Sxx of omega. Okay, so this relation is called, what is it is called? It is called Wiener-Khinchin relation. This Fourier transform pair relation is called what? Wiener-Khinchin relation. Okay. Now let's see the second note here, note 2, that the knowledge of power spectral density function, the knowledge of power spectral density function of a process x of t gives the complete form of autocorrelation. So if you know power spectral density, you can find out autocorrelation for white and stationary random process. Okay. So if it is non-stationary random process, we get time average. For non-stationary random process, what we get? Time average of autocorrelation function. For stationary random process, we directly get correlation function from PST. Okay. So this is our seventh property.